This is Slums. It is yet another remake in the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 array of levels. Kind of a lot of remakes in this one. So anyways, this is on Xbox One X. It is a dynamic 4K at 60 FPS with HDR support. If you're not familiar with this map, we've seen it a few times. It was in Black Ops 2, 3, and now 4. It is a medium-sized map with mainly 2 core lanes to it. It's very tight in design. Whoa, damn. And it carries a jungle theme. A lot of this game actually seems to be really jungle themed. So we've got a middle section that kind of, connects the entire map together, and then 2 side areas that kind of act as long lanes to connect to the middle section. And then you've got 2 clear spawns on either side. As you can see, it still has that old school style with the square boxes at the edge of them. I think the spawning's been improved a little bit on this version. Definitely feels a little bit better. But it is that same old alright map. I generally think that it's fine. I love the detail in the rocks. And I love the mix of short and longer lanes with this kind of open segment where everything comes together. It is very sporadic and all over the place in terms of where people are coming from, where the spawns are going, just because of the setup of everything. Jeez. I think they've done a good job visually on this one. It does look very detailed, just because of the rock textures that they're using. In the streets, there's a lot of atmosphere. Dust and everything like that coming down. And it is a very familiar map. I mean, I never really would have thought that they would bring this particular one back, because I didn't think it was all that great. But it does work fine on this. It's a decent level. Stab in there. They've largely kept it the same. I think this area back here is slightly altered. It's basically the same map, that you remember from before. And just like with the other ones that have returned, it does fit well into the whole, different style of gameplay, but it's still similar because, it's boots on the ground with this one. So it does fit naturally. And I think it works pretty well with the pace of gameplay. And it does have some really beautiful sights to it. Stab in there. The backdrop is alright. Again, static clouds soaring overhead, but you do get some birds and stuff going on. I think the backdrop's kind of nice, but there's not a whole lot to it. You get some trees and stuff. It does feel like you're in the middle of a city area, as opposed to this being like a standalone cutout. I mean, that's kind of what the atmosphere should be. The tree life, the flora, I think adds a nice level of realism to it. It's kind of like overgrown, but still kept, so it feels as though this was a natural city that people were actually living in, and there's combat that broke out for this Call of Duty situation. It's colorful, it's vibrant. I thought there's a guy here. Oh yeah, the 2 entrances there. Got it. I think there's some nice sneaky areas, because this is not a really large map. But yet, the flow is constantly going with all these different pathways to get places, because you see these main lanes, but then you're seeing windows that you can crawl through, and different kind of little spots that you can sort of crawl under and move through. I think generally it fits well into this experience. I've never really been a huge fan of this one. Maybe some people have a bigger nostalgia for it. But I think it's decent. Architecture's really lovely there. And it retains that style if you were a fan, while also being something, I guess not even looking at me, that fits into this game. And that weird jungle theme that seems to be going on with the entire package of this one. It's very weird. It's very weird, to be honest. And yeah, so generally I'd give it a 7.2 out of 10. Now you can check out our other map reviews and let us know what else you'd like checked out and discussed on here in terms of levels and games and stuff like that.